Hi guys, prdickshon here, and today is the day I get to talk about how the newest season of Death Battle and what it could have to offer. Uh, That's right, we have the season 11 prediction. And if you want to know what happens in season 10 and ranking, well, none of the videos have reached 20 seconds, so I decided to skip that one and over. I think I might leave that video in the description or as one of these sidebars that coming up around here. They're like I usually do, but I can't make any guarantees there. Those are kind of loud in the middle because I forgot Martian Manhunter versus Silver Surfer. So yeah. Anyway, they're, they're back on topic there. Let's talk about what season 11 could bring us. And I heard most people saying that a season in prediction list is just matchups there that you would like to see happen. But I'm going to try to change that there by bringing up matchups there that I think just are likely in matchups there I don't really have much of any connection there. So anyway, let's start it off there with episode 1 on Android 17 versus Cyborg. Or take a drink if you see a Dragon Ball episode. Anyway, there, you all know Death Battle loves their Dragon Ball episodes. They're in the season 10. There was only been 2 episodes in the season, and this is gonna be the only Dragon Ball episode there is. I was thinking about maybe putting in a second one there, but it just didn't have enough space there, and I'll talk about it inside the honorable mention list. And oh boy, that list is very long. Thanks, Tournament Champions. Anyway, back on track there. Your Android 17 versus Cyborg is a matchup there that I think is very fun there. It can work there, and I think I'll like it. It's underestimated there, but there's basically no other good Dragon Ball matchups left there that have not been a returning character. So, yeah. Anyway, for episode 2, we have Gordon Freeman versus Isaac Clarke. Or 2 horror or game with it's one POV, which became big names. Well, in Gordon Freeman in Half-Life, like current case here. Nobody really remember Isaac Clarke that much. Anyway, in the battle there, if they do it there, I like to see Isaac Clarke try to start a conversation with Gordon that's going to just stay silent in there. And also that battle also heard some people there wondering how would a Gordon Freeman Isaac Clarke sneak peek work there. And Gordon Freeman versus Isaac Clarke was a really big matchup there to get in the Tournament of Champions. So maybe it has a shot. And talk about another battle that had a big shot at getting onto the Tournament of Champions. For episode 3, we have SCP-682 versus Doomsday. This battle is very good there, and I really like it there. It could be a good time, and it's very fun there. Doomsday needs a brand new announce there. I mean, they did it for the Hulk there, so I'm pretty sure they're going to do it for Doomsday. And seeing them tackle out the SCP Foundation there would just be a good dream there to see how they would take it on. Anyway, there for episode number 4, we got ourselves Shadow versus his bad Mr. Frosty. The Eternal Champions versus Clayfire. If you don't know what Eternal Champions are, let me tell you there. Eternal Champions is a game there for the Sega Genesis there. So like Sega Mortal Kombat, which got forgotten at the time there, but it's still a pretty good game for what I've seen of it. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, this one seems like was the least likely matchup of all the season lists there, of all the episodes I have in this season list. So, yeah. Anyway, Next up there for episode number 5, we got ourselves like Yagami versus Columbo. Of course, yeah. Well, obviously, yeah. How much it got teased and cameoed in season 10 there. Even got cameoed 3 times in a row. Oh, and Killua into into Gojo versus Makima. To Scooby Doo versus Kurt the Cow Dog. Tarek versus the Doctor. This battle has gotten very popular over the ages there, and dethroned Light versus Walter White, right, as Light Yagami's best Death Battle matchup. Sorry, Breaking Bad fans, now you can't get on Death Battle. No. Anyway, there, even though, that's not. Oh, Breaking Bad won't get on Death Battle anytime soon unless they have some creative ideas on their back pocket there. We'll be okay. But what we can assure there is that Light vs. Columbo seems very likely there. And it's a very dang darn good idea. I mean, it's not the best idea. I still prefer Light versus White, right? But doesn't matter. It's a big power matchup there, and I'm pretty sure people will get some laughs and some hype out of it. Next up there, after that, there with episode 6, we have King Ghidorah versus Deathwing. Well, we are going to have some battles from the tournament champions pop up on here sooner or later. And I think we're just going to go with 2 episodes from each category in the tournament champions. Why 2? Because a lot of these matchups there are really popular there, and some of them got cameoed in other battles there. Like Fall Guys versus Among Us here cameoing inside Build versus Discord. So yeah, the odds are in Fall Guys versus Among Us' favor. But we're gonna talk about that battle a little bit later. Yeah. We're back to King Ghidorah versus Deathwing. And we are desperate need of a good Godzilla episode after Godzilla versus Gamera. One of my favorite death battles of all time there. And Kiryu just wasn't good enough there. I want to see the original Dragon Zord fight up against the original Mecha Godzilla. Darn it. But anyway, there. And King Ghidorah definitely earned his spot there to be a very popular Godzilla villain, and probably earns his spot there of being on this season list. And Deathwing is a pretty decent character. And I think my camera's glitching. Well, it doesn's matter. Anyway, next up there, we have another matchup from the last year's champions poll. Mordecai and Rigby versus Finn and Jake, or Finn and Jake versus Mordecai and Rigby. This battle is also very popular there, and it could have won there. I'm pretty sure in the alternate universe there is one there, and the people in this universe could just pretty much understand why. It's a pretty popular matchup there, and I could definitely get behind it. There, Mordecai and Rigby most likely wins, though. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, there, next up there, we have our mid-season finale here. And we have Joker versus Giorno. And out of all the matchups there that got teased in Galactus versus Unitron there, most of them being very hard to tell or see. Joker versus Giorno has the biggest shot there happening. I mean, its tarot card reading was the Joker, the Death, and the World. Well, the Fool is Joker, Death is Death Bow, and the World is JoJo. So, put those 3 things together, and then you get yourself Joker versus Giorno. So, yeah. I'm not really fully interested or into this battle there. I just know that a lot of people like it there. And now it seems like it's time to happen. So, let it happen. next up for episode number 9, right, is Dr. Manhattan versus Richard Nixon. But I'm not dead yet. This battle also had a big outburst on the champion pole there to get on it there. Same thing with Mickey versus Bugs, Galactus versus Unitron before I got announced as the season finale of season 10, and SCP-682 versus Doomsday. And Richard Nixon versus Dr. Manhattan there has a big shot of happening there. There might not be any solid reasoning behind it there, but out of all of them there in the two matches that I got compared in or slash something really likely, this battle has a good shot there, and it can work there, even though it's a big stump for Manhattan because of the explosion hand wave. Like, kaboom! Yeah, that. Anyway, there. Next up there for episode 10, we got Liu Kang versus Jago. Oh, I mean, come on there. Mortal Kombat 1 dropped a while ago last year. And there was no Mortal Kombat matchups. You gotta be kidding me there. We're definitely gonna have to have one Mortal Kombat matchup there, and Liu Kang versus Jago just so happens to be the most popular one. So we'll be taking that one there. Next up for episode 11 there, we have Chaos versus Kyogre. This battle seems like it could be a pair with Liu Kang versus Jago there. I mean, they both got their tracks at the same time. They're on the same day. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure there seems like a nice balance there. Fire to water. Neat. I'm pretty sure I heard Chaos versus Kyogre is also a very close matchup. So, let's see it happen. Chop chop. Anyway, next up there for the Halloween episode. Sorry. We have Scarecrow versus Mysterio, or Mysterio versus Scarecrow. You see, I had a lot of ideas for the Halloween episode there, but Freddy versus Pennywise, God, that's the champions. In the same thing with Skeletor versus Lord Zed. So I'm going to have to go with this battle there. It was either this battle there or Sonic.exe versus Red. So I choose Scarecrow versus Mysterio there so we can have some more originality. So yeah. And I do like Scarecrow versus Mysterio. It's a very fun match there, and it could be very hectic there to see all their illusions work out. Next up there for episode number 13, the 200th episode of Death Battle, it's going to be Tom versus Wily, or Wily versus Tom there. This battle won a champions poll there. It has some really tough competition there. I mean, it had to be Hero versus Baymax, Maxwell versus Sackboy, Gru versus Megamind, and Kratos versus Ozra. The battle there, the last place matchup of the last year's champions poll. So, yeah. And anyway, after that, we have ourselves there in episode 14, which is Spy versus 47. And you see there, I had myself a little bet there, like a coin flip there, to see who wins there. If Tom versus Wily wins there, I'm gonna be talking about on Spy versus 47. But if Kratos versus Ashra wins, then I would be talking about an Eddie versus the Animaniacs. Yes, because one of them is Toon Force there, and the other one is the matchup that happened was on the poll last year. And since we have the Toon Force matchup there, and having two Toon Force matchups there in the same season, seems like it was something we like to have, but he's definitely pushing it. And so, yeah. And I like me Spy vs. 47 there. We need more Team Fortress 2 on Death Battle, darn it. Their scout was done dirty, darn it. What are for number 15, the episode before the season finale there, we have Fall Guys versus Among Us. It's a joke matchup, kind of a meme there. And it did cameo on Bill versus Discord there. So, it has a lot of chance there. It could happen there. People have a feeling there. It might happen there. And I'm all for it there. And last but not least for the season finale there. And since there's no Galactus for the Unitron to lean off of there, I'm going to have to think of something else there. So I decided to go for Swamp Thing versus Man Thing. Because we haven't really gotten that much Marvel versus DC in this season. And so, yeah, and you could do a lot of things with it there. Turns out DC have a lot of other hidden powers there, according to Nemesis Bloodreich. I want to see him get into it there in the Death Battle episode there. And it could be very destructive and fun. And now, since that's all the way, time for some honorable mentions. And before we get to Target, of course. So, let's talk about some matchups that didn't quite make it on the list. Starting off with Rosalina versus Whis. This battle was another Dragon Ball matchup there, and the matchup I was talking about earlier in the video, but couldn't quite make it because of spacing issues. There, and is one of the last ones, last DC, for the last. There's Dragon Ball matchups there that's not been a returning character. There's left. There, next up there for our honorable mention, we have Yuji versus Denjin. There, a battle of the anime protagonist there, and was on my list before getting kicked out because of Scooby-Doo versus Courage, or Easter eggs or cameo door opening scene. Anyway, next up there we have Mickey Mouse versus Bugs Bunny. This battle was also supposed to be on there, but since we got Wily versus Tom on here, and having two Toon Force matchups there is 100% definitely pushing it there. I decided to switch it out there with the matchup there we know that are pretty much semi-confirmed there. Joker versus Giorno. Destroya versus Iris there. There is Nemesis Bloodreich's most wanted matchup there. And since this is a 200 episode season, it might have a shot. But who knows? Next up there we have Sonic.exe versus Red there. Again, I talked about that matchup before. Whatever. So if you want to go see more details about it there, you can go check out my season 10 prediction video. If y'all already seen it there, then that's good. Anyway, the next honorable mention matchup, we got ourselves the one and only Hank Hill versus Bob Belcher. This battle can also be a joke matchup there, but I do like it there. It has has old versus new, the old adult cartoons and the new adult cartoons, but both are relatively grounded to reality. Which makes it different from Homer versus Peter, and Eric versus Bart. So, yeah. Next up there we got is Ed, Edd n Eddy vs. Animaniacs there. Again, I talked about that battle before there. They're in my season 9 prediction video, which aged like milk. So, yeah. The Eds versus the Animaniacs is still a very good matchup, don't get me wrong. And last but not least, there we have Bowser versus Eggman. And what do I need to say that has not already been said before there? It's a very popular match there, and it has a good shot there. And now we have the Lion from Narnia versus Arceus. This battle has gained a lot of steam recently. And I don't really know why. I mean, yeah, Narnia is a pretty popular thing, and in Pokemon is selling like hotcakes over here. But still, there I only get the matchup there, and now time for you to go. There, for more videos next time, I'm very sure I'm saying just yeah. You thought that's it there? Yeah, no. We still got ourselves a big problem on our hands. And what I'm talking about? It's the Tournament of Champions! And for Pete's sakes there. The thing that had basically had 31 matchups there. So likelihood of happening in the season in dashed right before our very eyes. So, I need to go talk about them all. Oh, here we go. Oh, first up we got Luz versus and they're heroes of the Disney Channel, and wins and blah blah blah. I already talked about this battle before. What Monokuma versus Coral Sensei is a matchup there that is decent there, and I kind of prefer Monokuma versus Chris McClain or Monokuma versus the announcer. Shulk versus Lightning there is a matchup there that a YouTuber by the name of Xeon really likes there, and he was pretty dang darn happy to see it happen there. Of course, he was not so happy when he saw it was coming up again. It's big matchups like Luz versus Ann and Monokuma versus Coral Sensei, but happy nonetheless. Fleetway Sonic versus Izuku Konakashi. I don't think I'm saying that right. There is a matchup there that I don't really care about there. I mean, I prefer Fleetway Sonic versus Archie Sonic there, but I'm pretty sure we can have some good moments there. As long as we get to see Izuku Konakashi push Fleetway Sonic before Super Form into the Super Form Canyon there, and Fleetway coming up there and saying, "Yeah, let's see how fast you really are." Da 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 da. Well, just make my day, make me happy here, and it seems like kind of a necessity. Anyway, next up we got Gru versus Megamon, the matchup that basically everybody I was expecting to win this one there, and boy were we wrong. And it's kind of a shame there because Despicable Me 4 is surprisingly coming out. So, yeah, they missed the moment. Anyway, next up there we got is Zeus versus Thor's dad, Odin. This battle there could be really good there and could be improved on Hercules versus Sun Wukong. A matchup there that is pretty good, not gonna lie. There. Next up, guys, Lil Mac versus Ippo. Another a boxing match there. But which happened. This is going to be a sequel to TJ vs. Balrog, which happened a long time ago. But still, I'm pretty sure if Lil Mac vs. Ippo does happen there, it's most likely is going to happen there. It's a pretty good match. Yeah. Next up we got is Peacekeeper versus his Soldier Boy or Soldier Boy. Like this match there was kind of the odd one out of this week there. I mean, with so many big matchup names there, it kind of seemed like the odd one out. There, it just doesn't belong there. One of these things is done like the other. One of these things there looks a lot like a milk bath. And one of these things here is a matchup. It's a mid-tier matchup. So, yeah. Next up we got is week 3 there, which was kind of a mishmash. Next up first we have is Ragnar versus Violet. But there, I mean, I'm not sure a Ragnar matchup rerun is something we relatively needed. It violated the character I have no knowledge of. So yeah. Next up we got is Sailor Moon versus is Madoka. Yeah, I don't really like this matchup there. If you want to have a good Sailor Moon matchup there, just go do Sailor Moon versus Saint Seiya. It's a better matchup there in every single way. Next up, we got Scorpion versus Wolf there, which is probably one of the more smarter and best ones there. Yeah, we're taking a look at this thing seriously. But when we're not taking a look at it seriously, the best one there is obviously Composite Ryu versus Composite Doku. This battle can be very, very fun there with how much stuff both has been in there. And a common and problem there is saying, should we just take the strongest ones there or just take a look at all of them? Just take a look at all of them there, like how Robot Chicken Doku, who saves Christmas, is in defeated Comet or Composite Santa Claus. Was there. It could be very, very fun. Definitely very fun. Next up there is week 4, where we have Luke Skywalker versus Fate from Saber. Here. Which is a mad matchup up there. I mean, I just replaced Luke with Vader, and then we have an actual good matchup on our hands. But we don't have one right now. But again, Luke definitely deserves a rundown there because of his episode is just being very, very old. But we're just gonna have to wait for another Luke Skywalker matchup, and for Luke's inevitable L. Anyway, there we skip over Tom versus Wily because they won the tournament champions. And we have Hero versus Baymax there. This match there was a cult classic there, and could and would have won if it weren't for the fact there that people really like Toon Force matchups there, and mainly one of the reasons that Tom versus Wily most likely won there is because we all saw Courage versus Scoob there and realized, oh my god, these cartoon matchups there are amazing. We gotta have more of these stats. And now we got this. That's Wily versus Tom. Anyway, and now we have ourselves Sackboy versus Maxwell. Well, this matchup there has become a lot popular ever since it got the tournament champions, realizing there that it's got a lot of potential. And yeah, I don't blame him there. Both of them have the ability to do or make pretty much anything there. So, sky's the limit. Right there. So, just go all in. Next we have is Kratos versus Asura. Just repeat what I said about it last time there of it just being a matchup there that people just is mad and Asura stomps. But it got very far. Mainly because the people that supported it last time there got very, very angry there that they lost for last place in the 3D poll, and defeated, and they got so angry there that they joined together there to defeat basically any matchup there, except for Wily versus Tom, obviously. Yeah. Okay, what's next? It's Homer Simpson versus Peter Griffin. Oh boy, I have a lot to say about that there. First, and yes, it is my favorite matchup out of all the matchups in the tournament champions. And second there, Homer versus Peter is dang awesome there and has a lot of potential. Oh, and people think Homer wins there, which I don't really get there. You may think Homer is strong there, but you have not seen Family Guy. I have you. I know how strong Peter is, and he is a beast, let me tell you. Not to mention the Cutaway Gang's freaking kind of a god there, but that kind of gets even out by giving Homer his couch gags. If you give Peter cutaways, you gotta give Homer couches. That's kind of rule. Anyway, there, both of them has a surprisingly lot of abilities. He's like being around there since the time of the dinosaurs, or even predates the dinosaurs. There, starting out as an amoeba. But Peter just has a lot more there. For one, Peter has a healing factor. Like the time he was waving his hand in the car there, and it got chopped off there. And what did he do? He just grown back his hand. And that's not all there. His hand went full-blown starfish there and grown another Peter. You're making Retep, the evil version of Peter. So, yeah. And Homer may be tough there, but Peter just is unbelievably strong there. Peter's also died several times there and came back to life. Like, want me to name some times? Okay, I will. So, half of the time there he did surgery on himself. He helped the surgeon in there do surgery on himself there as he gave the surgeon orders there. And the surgeon accidentally killed him, and he redid that failure, and Peter came back to life there. Heart rate monitor stops and starts again, and as well. Oh, there. And he didn't come back like a zombie there. He went literally back there, like nothing has ever happened there. He even, you call there, yeah, did that kill me? He had certain shake, yes, there. There. Want to have another time? Sure. How about the time Peter ate half of a fudgicle and just one bite there and his head exploded? Or maybe the time where Peter watched the episode of The Ring there, where it's just MacGyver with his wife there. Want more times there? I could go on and on forever there. The point is there, Homer may be very tough there. I was fine. I have a house worth of beers exploding in his face there. Is there and being in front of a wrecking ball as it hit its buildings and a rock. But still, Peter just has got more durability on himself. The only thing I can give, besides, so Homer also doesn't really have much else to work with there. I mean, apart from Homer's Pie Man, and what does Homer have that Peter has not already seen? There, but I'm pretty sure that's a note that Peter also has himself actual superpowers there, which is different from Homer's Pie Man, and which is just like Batman with pies instead of bats. First of all, Peter has superpowers. He has the aforementioned into regeneration, and the ability to transform into anything he wants. And let's not forget about the time he became so high that he gained the ability to travel through dimensions. That's right, like Peter Griffin traveling through dimensions. In which I'm pretty sure that will be the ending below there. Our picture after our classic fight there. Right there we see Homer walking away from Peter there, thinking that the people that Peter was lost there and Homer was one there. As we see Peter's eye open up there and came back there to strike down Homer. And then we get to see Peter smoking a doobie there. And besides there, Peter has godly powers there. I mean, Peter is both friends with Death and Jesus, for Pete's sakes. So he has himself some powers. Anyway, back to what I was saying there. Peter will probably make a quote of saying, "Don't worry, Homer, you'll be a star or back home in no time." As Peter and Homer get transported to Galactus or the Unitron land there, as Homer gets blasted by the erasing and starting new universe. There's gun. They're restarting his universe there, but God makes us consolation there of Homer or in the sky there as a gift from Peter. That sounds like a perfect way to end this. Now, what was I here doing again? Oh yeah, right. Tournament Champions. Back on track. Next up there is Jimmy Neutron versus Dexter. This battle can work there. And even if you're red around it there and don't know how it works, well, let's simple that. Let me spell it out. It's called hand drawn. We put it in that. If sprites in 3D don't work, right, then we go for the hand drawn approach. It's easy. Anyway, Next up there we have Naruto versus Luffy. Yeah, this is my least favorite matchup there. Well, second least favorite matchup there, right behind. It's just second there. The worst matchup I don't like is Luigi versus Pac-Man. But again, back to Naruto versus Luffy there. Now, we don't need this battle there. Nothing new happened with Naruto there to bring him back there, and Luffy has a better matchup than Captain Marvelous. So just let Luffy fight Captain Marvelous and let Naruto do his Naruto thing and stay away from death out there. We already had Naruto versus Ichigo. That's the best Naruto matchup around there. We don't need this there to happen. Next up there for a week. Next we have, Lucina versus Grovile. And it's a meh kind of battle there. I'll kind of go quickly there because I took a lot of time talking about Homer versus Peter. But what you gonna do? Next up we have is X versus Primal, the obvious winner of that week there. I mean, it had itself some popularity. It's not really a criticized matchup there. Not really considered a joke matchup there. Taken seriously. And it was not discovered a few minutes ago. Unlike a couple of these matchups there. Like Percy Jackson versus Zagreus. I get the connection there. Both of them are characters which are connected to Greek mythology and kill demons there. But we still have got us. But Harry Potter fans are going to be very upset there to see this match against his matchup unlike that I'm fighting Percy Jackson. And I guess you can also argue that there's Pitt versus Zagreus fans, but they're a lot smaller than the Percy Jackson versus Harry Potter fans. And so, yeah. Next we got Scott Pilgrim versus some random guy whose name I forgot. This matchup there just is not really good there. There's a lot better other Scott Pilgrim matchups there. Like the first matchup comes to mind is Travis Touchdown. But if you want to have something different there and you don't want to have heavy stomp there for Travis, then you can try Scott the Woz. Might not be the Woz's best matchup there. That will go to JonTron. Still a matchup for Pilgrim nonetheless. Next up there we have in week 7 is Spike versus Revy. I don't really care about this matchup there. It's just another boring anime fight there. I thought it was going to get last, but it's surprisingly popular. Who would have knew? Next up we got is Hulk versus Godzilla, which is a planetary battle there. But Godzilla can just step on Hulk there, and then that will be it. Next up we have Palpatine versus Xehanort, the obvious matchup that was going to win that week. No questions asked. And then we got Clementine versus Ellie. I have not played The Last of Us there, but I played a little bit of the Walking Dead video game, and it's pretty good. To tell the truth. Next up for the final week there, which is a Halloween themed, you have is Freddy Krueger versus Pennywise. I was actually thinking that this battle could happen as this 11th Halloween episode, but then it happened on the Tournament Champions, so it couldn't happen. I don't know if it wins, which it didn't. Same thing with Skeletor versus Lord Zed. I mean, they did two times they talked about it on the Death Battle cast there. So I'm pretty sure they liked it there and will most likely happen in the future. Even though it didn't happen now there, it's most likely going to happen in Season 12. There sometime down the line. They just really likes this matchup. Next up we got is Sans versus the Judge, the meme episode. Kind of memes. It's just a funny meme matchup there, but funny memes could not save it from. And last but not least, there we have Jack Skellington versus the Grinch. My friend Alexis here likes The Nightmare Before Christmas and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. there. So I'm pretty sure this might be one of her favorite matchups there. If she was a Death Battle fan, that is, but still. And now that's it for me, for real this time there. I've been talking about Death Battle for 40 minutes now. So I'm going to call it a day there and go to sleep. But remember guys, my name is prdickshon and I'm not extinct just yet.